Hey everybody, Aldo J here. Hope you're doing well today. Uh, the summer really flew by, there's no doubt. And I know everybody's been busy. I wanted to reply to some of these questions. We've been getting lots and lots of questions from the fans and wonderful comments about Hearts Collide. And again, that means a lot. You know, as I had said before, the term music appreciation goes both ways, right? It's not just what we like in songs, right? But it's what the writer tries to convey. And of course, as you, the listener, appreciates that and gives us feedback, that tells us, wow, this we're doing something right, and we want to continue in that same path. So one of the questions came up: what inspired you to write Hearts Collide? Well, I mean, I guess at the time when I wrote the song, I was thinking of true love. You know, I was at a time in my life where I wasn't ready for a relationship. I didn't want to deal with that. I was still dealing with the death of my dad, and just trying to make my way through school, and what do I want to do with my life and things. Plus, our mother, Joan Batelli, was very sick with cancer. So my mind was preoccupied with that. All my friends had girlfriends, and they're like, "You want to get a girl?" And I wasn't ready. I mean, there were people that I liked. I have to be honest about that. But the song actually was written on what I really wanted, right? I didn't want to see what my friends were going through. Oh, I was with this person, and now we're broken up, and now we're all that turmoil I didn't want. So I thought about a true love, a long-lasting commitment, right? That to me was what I was looking for, right? Somebody, not to say, like Arthur Fonzarelli. Well, I'll ride my bike down to the next chick. It wasn't like that. So I wrote a song based on true love, longevity, romance, chivalry, the whole thing. You know, you can make it out what you want to be. What I would like to ask you is, when you do listen to Hearts Collide or watch the video, try to think of that special moment that the song can convey that means something to you, right? That's what I try to do when I listen to the song now, because it has greater meaning for me now, many years later, than it did when I wrote the song. What I do like about the song was that I was happy my mother got to hear it. She didn't hear the full song in its entirety, but she got to hear the piano pieces and some of the melody. So somebody asked me, is this based on a personal experience or someone you loved? Not necessarily. Like I said, it was based on the idea of what true commitment in marriage is. And I took the idea basically from my grandparents and my own parents, because I saw, how they made everything work in their marriage, that, even in their relationship, that nothing's perfect, right? But they didn't throw the towel down. So I wanted to write a song that was not about my generation, which was giving up. And hey, finding the next person in line, so you could put a mark on the wall that, you're Arthur Fonzarelli. I wasn't writing about that. This was about a long-term, true commitment, which is what I always valued, being brought up in a close-knit Italian family where love and respect and loyalty was what we valued in relationships, and other people too, of course. But that's what I was getting at in the song. Great, very good questions. How long did it take to write the song from start to finish? Oh, wow. I mean, I started doodling on piano. I came up with a few notes, and then the melody came to my mind, then chords, and then progressions, and then I took it to the band. And you know how it is. My brother, Steve Batelli, the drummer, he would jump in he would hear a chord or something, and right away he had the basis for it. Don White our bass player, just threw a bass line in. I remember he was like, I got something better for you, Aldo. I'm going to take this back home and come back with something else. And boy, did he do it. And let me tell you, he really puts a lot of feel in that. Him and my brother with the rhythm section just nail it. And Ernie with the lead vocals. I actually was going to sing it, and I'm glad I didn't, and I'll tell you why. I was suffering from, I didn't have pneumonia. I had bronchitis really bad. I didn't know it then. I knew it after I recorded, because it wasn't going away. I just felt like my voice was very, very horrible, right? And as much water as I kept drinking, excuse me, I'm going to drink some now, it wasn't going away. after every beer, it wasn't going away. It wasn't going away with anything, but I struggled and I made it. If I could say anything, I wish I could have done the vocals over again when I was feeling better. But we were kind of in a rush because our producer and recording engineer, Matt Diortona, was, I believe, leaving for college. And he brought all of his equipment in our basement in Cherry Hill. And, you know, we were basically stuck on his timeline. And that was good and bad. I mean, I guess it helped us to not only stay on track, but it helped us get through some of the hurdles of knowing that, hey, you only got so much time, focus, which I was having a hard time doing then. But I think on this album that Hearts Collide came out of, I felt better, more confident. And I owe that to Ernie and Don and even Matt, you know, telling me, Aldo, stop trying to be so perfect. Play, feel what you're feeling inside. Don't sit there and count and think too much, because sometimes the more you think, you lose that drive, you lose the moment, right? So I guess to say, I know I didn't answer that question, did I? How long did it take to write the song from start to finish? Wow, several months, I would say. I mean, I came up with the melody, and the song was pretty much done. We kind of shelved it for a while, but once we got together and I started playing it with the band, it was pretty much nailed down. We actually played it live a few times before we even recorded it, as I remember. Was I Want to Marry You and Make You My Wife written for someone special? Not really, not at the time. No, it wasn't actually. You know, the idea was there. People had helped me fuel it, if you will, or emotionally helped me complete the song. But was it for them intentionally? No. Is this part of a larger story or concept album? No, it's not actually. Who played the guitar solo in the bridge? It's so emotional. Thank you very much. Well, actually, I played the guitar on this song. I used two guitars thanks to Matt Diortona. Matt actually asked me, Aldo, you want to use my Fender Jazzmaster? And I thought, why? And he's like, because it's going to give it a different tone. And I said, look, you know this stuff. I plug in and turn to 10 and just drive the neighbors crazy. But he was right. I mean, the Fender Jazzmaster allowed me to do the acoustic and more slower parts of the song during the verse, and I believe during the bridge. And then the rest of the song, I used my Ibanez Roadster, which I still have. I should have brought it out, but that was a guitar that my mom and uncle went halfies on. They knew I wanted to continue playing, and I was serious. Let's see. What inspired the vintage rock sound? Well, I guess the time. You know, we were writing that song in the time when Bon Jovi and Van Halen and Aerosmith had their classic sound, and we were trying to write as part of that genre. So that's where that came from. Let's see. Can I use this for my wedding or proposal? Absolutely. I'd be honored for that. Have you ever sang this song in a wedding? Actually, we did. I did. The band was unavailable during the time of one of my friends, Brian and Mandy Bozarth. So the song was sang by me. I got a few tomatoes thrown at me and a couple bricks. So I got my lesson told. No, actually, I just performed it. I sang it at Brian and Mandy's wedding a long time ago. It was wonderful that they asked for that, and I was grateful. You know, it's good because, yeah, absolutely. It's for any kind of romantic situation that you want it to be, right? If you want to propose to your girlfriend, wow, that's great. If you want to just say, hey, here's a song, let's sit down and, you know, drink a glass of wine and look at the stars, that's great too. Did you write it alone or with the band? Well, like I said, I wrote the basic structure. But again, once I presented it to the band, they threw in their talents, right? It's just like that, what do they say? Prego, it's in there, right? The more, and I won't say sauce, right? Because my grandmother will kill me. It's gravy. But the more you add into something, the more it starts to enhance itself, right? Maybe this needs a little bit more strings. Maybe this needs another guitar line. How about if I do this with the bass, right? I put the structure together and I had the words together, but the rest of the talent comes from my brother Steve on the drums. He nailed it. Ernie's passion on the vocals, Don's beautiful walking and just holding that rhythm down. I mean, these guys made the song. I just pretty much got it started and they took it for where it was. Jim Castelli on the beautiful keys on that. And Jim Callista was very much supportive of this. He's our other guitarist. He was away studying at Guitar Institute of Technology, but his personality was in this band even when he was gone, because he was a huge part of Hygh Risque from our beginnings. But anyway, I hope that answers some of the questions that we've had. Please let me know if you have more. Feel free to subscribe below. Tell others about this, and stay tuned. We have another beautiful video coming up that we hope will close the loop on our song, I Don't Remember Yesterday. So for now, make it a great day. Stay healthy and keep on rocking. Aldo J signing off.